Hey there! I'm so excited to bring to you another one of my juicy success stories, which today I have Megan Knowles here with me today. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Antia.
I'm so excited to have you here today, Megan, because you really moved from being like an anxious, avoidant attachment style to really attracting an incredible man into your life who you have consistent communication with, who reaches out, and you can actually have vulnerable conversations. So I'd love to go into that a little deeper today so that women understand more of your journey. But before that, I'd love to hear from you. Let's talk about where did everything start? Right? Like what were your blocks and your challenges in dating when you came to me, before you came to me?
Yeah, I think before I came to you, one of my biggest blocks was being vulnerable and open with men. Um, and also taking a look like inside myself when I noticed that there were things that I was attracting again and again. I was noticing these negative dating patterns, or like the only men I were attracted to were unavailable, didn't want a relationship. And my friends and family would say, "It's not you, it's them. You just haven't met the right guy yet." And like that never resonated with me fully. So that I always kind of had this like feeling inside, like, there's something I'm like holding back with men. And once I started learning, I actually started reading like Brene Brown before I came across Antia's work and channel and everything on YouTube. And that was all about like vulnerability and embracing imperfection. And that was all like pretty new and revolutionary to me, because I knew that that was something I was like terrified of, was being like having that courage to like show my anxious side, show my bitchy side, like all of those things that like I never wanted to let a man see. So that was really like the biggest challenge for me, is because I'd meet these men or I'd have like a nice relationship, but it just wasn't getting deeper, or it wasn't going anywhere at all. And I was tired of thinking that it was them. I'm like, no, there's something with me. Like I'm the common denominator. What am I doing? So I think that's really where I was at before I met you.
And then Megan, how did it make you feel, like struggling with that, hearing always like, no, it's not you, it's not them, it's not you, it's them. And like, but like being like, okay, well, but I'm going around, the same circles over and over again, right? Like, how did that make you feel?
Super, super frustrated with myself, with men, with dating in general. Like I was just, I had this huge fear that I was going to be alone forever. Like that, like love and connection wasn't for me. Like when I was in college, I actually even thought like that I had some sort of curse on me, where every time I would talk to a guy, like we would hit it off for like 2 weeks and then he'd disappear or something. And I'm like, oh, and I had this even like a name for this pattern inside me. I was like, it's like a 2-week curse. And I just felt so frustrated and I was so sick of it. And I like didn't believe people even when they were saying, oh, it's just, you just haven't met the right guy yet. I'm like, no, just frustrated.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And like really feeling like, right, like, yeah, there's like some sort of curse. Something is like, and something is almost like that I don't have control over, right?
Mhm.
And what is your romantic life like, of course, now, And so tell us a little bit about your man and the results that you got.
Yeah, so I met a man back in like the beginning of June. So when I was like reaching the end of my program, and he has been so amazing. Like he has seen my vulnerable side. I've been able to open up and like reach new emotional levels and tell him things about myself and my past that I did not previously feel comfortable for. And the fact that he still like supports me and is like, I want to see all those parts of you. Like and like this anxiety that you experience, like I want to be able to talk about it with you. And he's had that too. And like, just being able to feel like really super seen and heard by a man is like how I felt with him. And even when we've gotten into disagreements, because I feel like he really listens to me and hears me and sees me for me, because he did see all my parts that I wasn't trying to hide like I had before when I was not being vulnerable. Like I feel safe to disagree with him. Like I feel safe to speak up and say something if he says something that bothers me, or that I feel like, I don't expect men to like read my mind anymore. And we've laughed about it too. He's like, I'm so glad, like, you know, he even called me out in the beginning of us like talking, like, you know, you have all these unwritten rules and expectations. And that really struck a chord with me and actually made me super attracted to him, that he cared enough and like saw that enough in me to say something. And it was true. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. Like, I don't want to have that. Like, I want to be able to openly communicate. And it's really amazing to know that there's like masculine men out there who are also like very in touch with their like emotions and like understand and embrace like women's emotions. Cause I think that was what was holding me back too before. I was thinking like, oh, men don't want to hear about my anxiety, or men don't want to, they want me to be happy and great all the time. They don't want me to disagree with them. So that's been like a huge shift, and just like having that man who makes me feel safe. And like, I never question like, you know, whether or not he's interested, even if I'm struggling with my own anxiety, like he's still like consistently pursuing me, and it feels great.
Oh yeah. And I love the genuineness like of your relationship. Like it feels very natural, and it feels really easy, right? And it feels like, yeah, genuine is like such a good word, because you have like this authentic connection with each other, where he gets to share when he's feels really vulnerable. And like, what's the biggest thing for you is like that you get to actually share that, which you hadn't done before, right? You actually get to share what's vulnerable for you, where you before, like you said before, right? You didn't want to really share it, sweet, you know what I mean? Not talk about it, and just kind of like try to, be self-sufficient, right? Like we all do. And how do you feel now? Like, tell us a little bit more about like how amazing does this feel to have this amazing man in your life? How does it make you
I feel like
feel?
I feel so valued. I feel so seen. Like, I feel like, yes, there's a man that I'm attracted to on all levels, like physically, emotionally, intellectually, like that he gets me. We can talk for hours and it's fun. Like, we can have fun and laugh together. Like, I feel so happy. And I tell him that a lot too. Like, I'm like, I enjoy like every minute of conversation with you. And he's like, I knew you were special, like within a few hours of us talking. He's like, there was something like that just really drew me to you. And I was like, dang, it took me a little while to realize it, but like, I'm so glad I didn't give up on him, because I was trying to be like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, like in the beginning, because we don't live in the same city. And I was like, oh, it's really great connecting with you, but I don't know. And he was kind of like, well, tell me more about that, because I really feel like we have a good connection. And like, I'm so glad that he did, because if I had stuck to like that rigid pattern of thinking, oh, well, he needs to live in my city, or, we're never going to be able to make it work, like, I would not have trusted to like follow this connection that's actually making me so happy and like feel so fulfilled. And I just love that like we can talk about anything. And that's what I've always wanted with a man, is to not ever have that little voice in my mind being like, should I say that? I don't know. What is he going to think? Like, I don't feel that with him. Because he does, I just feel very seen with him. I feel very understood and supported, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Feel that. Yeah, totally. And what would you say was some of the things that you felt helped you get the results that you got from the work that we did together?
I think that was super pivotal for me. I was already in a place where I was so frustrated and I needed those resources. Like, if we hadn't talked about attachment styles in the program and listening to the other women on the group calls every week, like I made sure to get on every group call every week or listen to it when I couldn't go, and take a ton of notes and asking Antia questions and like having her, follow my story and push me to have those honest conversations with like another man that I was dating like during the program who I wasn't as interested in. We talked about that, and Antia really like told me, this is a good healing opportunity for you, whether or not this is the man for you, to have an honest conversation. And that was another pivotal point for me, because even though I wasn't interested in that other man that I was seeing, I wound up being really honest with him and breaking it off and telling him, I really enjoyed spending time with you. And, I was honest and said, I just didn't think that I saw us having feelings. And I even kind of told him like, and I wish I had done this sooner too, like that sometimes it could get negative between us. And like, I've never shared those kinds of thoughts with a man. Like, usually I would kind of just be like, oh, whatever, like, we'll just let it fizzle out. He'll forget about me, kind of thing. But I respected him and he respected me enough to, you know, we had that like open conversation. That was very healing. And then when Jeff showed up, the guy who I'm seeing now, I felt that much safer to be honest again because of the work we had done. And like, I feel like being in the program, it actually like holds you accountable because you are talking to other women. You have a coach who holds you accountable and like is going to ask for an update the next week. You want to share the update. I think like that's a great thing too about being in a program is like sharing all the ups and downs with like a supportive community, and then really like learning all of the actual resources for what you're feeling and knowing that you're not alone. Because I'm a person who's like, all my friends are in long-term relationships. It's hard to talk about these topics with them because they haven't really been dating in a while. And so to be in a community of women who are looking at growth and looking at like, you know, dating and trying it out and healing themselves is like super, super exciting and like really helped me actually implement the changes. Because if I didn't have the group, I might have just like, oh yeah, that's an interesting video I watched. Now I'm going to go do my thing. But instead I'm like, no, I'm being held accountable because I'm going to be on this group call and I want to be able to like share some of my growth.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's like listening through other women's lives, right? We kind of vicariously live through other people, and then we don't have to have the same experience over and over again, for sure. You know, and really learning about your attachment style and like that, you know what I mean? It's not the anxious or the avoidant, it's both, and how to bring them together. That was like big things for you, right? And what are any concerns before you sign up with me? Like any questions you had in your head either, or like, you know, you may have told me about it too.
I think in the beginning I was concerned like it wasn't going to work for me. Like I had still was hanging on to that fear of like, oh, maybe just like long-term connection isn't for you, like that kind of fear and anxiety. And then like, you know, spending money on a program, it's like I'd never like invested in myself. I'm like, oh, is it going to be worth the money? Like, I don't know. Like it was just like that. But then I also did kind of still have like the sense of trust that it's like, no, because I invested this money in myself, like I am going to do the work and make it worth it. Like, so it definitely was like, that was my mindset as well. And like those concerns didn't really last very long because like the more I got into it, I like got really excited about like our weekly group calls. And like, it felt like a fun, like self-improvement course, which it is in a way, but like, meanwhile, you're like connecting with these other women who have similar experiences to you and you learn a ton from them. So I think any concerns I had in the beginning, like I still went through tough times where even after listening to like a group call or something, I'm like, oh, I feel so overwhelmed. Like, have I made any progress at all? But like being in the program, you learn like, yeah, sometimes you do have those days. And like, sometimes it feels like, you know, it's harder to deal with your emotions, but that's all just part of the process.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
sticking to that process. Yeah. It's like, you know, any concerns I had about like committing to something went away because I'm like, no. It is about the process, sticking to the process. And I'm still sticking with it. Like I'm not done learning yet at all.
Totally. Absolutely. And lastly, what other final words of advice would you give to someone who is on the fence, you know, about coaching with me to get her man into her life?
I would say that you are investing something in yourself, which is like a huge act of self-love that you can do. And it can only bring you good things and more confidence. And when you do have that mindset, if you feel like, oh, I'm frustrated and I'm ready to change, like this is a great step to take because you're actively doing something. You're not just like waiting for something to heal any sort of anxieties that you have. It's like, no, you're going to learn about the resources. You're going to alleviate those fears that you have. And that is like super priceless, which is like one of my goals when I started is like, I just want to have more inner peace. Like I know that I'm going to deal with anxiety, but like now I have a lot more resources. So that's what I would say is like, you're making an investment in yourself. And that's huge. Like no matter whether or not you find your man in like 6 months or 6 years, like I feel like I actually became more comfortable with that too. Like, yeah, I have a great connection with a man right now, but like I feel more comfortable. It's like, okay, well, the way I approach relationships has changed now. So whatever happens with him, I'm not going to approach it in that way that I was before. So it's so worth it just for that. Cause it is about you. It's about you more than anything and investing in yourself.
I love it. Well, Megan, you have gone through a tremendous amount of transformation. You applied the tools, which is, it's all about the integration, baby, right? and you receive the transformation, you know, like I always say, right? So thank you so much for being here today and for, you know, giving the women out there some hope that it's really possible, no matter if you think it's a curse or you have like something in beliefs, or like I'm anxious and avoidant, I'm too complicated, too much, I'm already lost, whatever beliefs women have. So thank you so much for being here today, Megan, and being really like the shining beacon of light and inspiration.
Thank you, Antia. It's been super life-changing, super transformational for me. So I'm so appreciative, and I'm still happy to be a part of the group.
Awesome. Yeah, we're so excited to continue to have you. So much love to you, Megan. And for the ladies, I will talk to you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.